Welcome to this all-new edition of Channel 97 News.
We come to you today from outside of the OHS library, and here's a look at just some of the stories you'll see on today's show.
We take a look at students and teachers who are getting a little hairy for a good cause.
We visit with an OHS student who continues to follow her dreams.
We spend some time in Gym A looking at the future of our basketball program.
And we show you a couple OHS students who are always looking for that missing piece.
We'll have all that and much more on today's edition of Channel 97 News.
And it all starts now.
Welcome back to Eyes on the Tiger, Channel 97 News. I'm Bailey Volstecki.
And I'm Jackie Druppard. Today we celebrate the good news around Oakville High School. Madison Dodge and Roger Thomas have the story.
Student council execs and I really wanted to put on a different twist for this year's food drive. And so I was looking through several websites, and then I finally saw a great idea, and I was really excited. It was revolving around the Hunger Games. We really wanted to put a twist on it. So the first week, we received more cans and more items than we ever have in the first weeks in years past. And I believe it's because of the competition, you know. Everybody really wants to win. Actually, one of the highest contributors to Feed My People. We supply a lot of items. You know, we have a lot of different things that we collect for the canned food drive. Generosity especially for our community, and since we're building our house and building our community this year, you know, it's really nice to see every grade level working together.
They need to look at the whole Feed My People. I know we have a competition, it's Hunger Games, but what I'm hoping that they get out of it is the fun of the competition and the fun of being the person that, you know, that the A&P that collects the most cans. But ultimately what we hope is that they're learning about the spirit of giving, and that you do give back to your community, and that we as a community in this building, we come together.
Behind the whole month of Thanksgiving really came out of the need to celebrate our students. Being ranked 88th in the country and 14th in the state by two different organizations, we really felt like we wanted to celebrate how great our students do on just a regular basis. Too often we tend to focus on the negative, and so we really wanted to focus on just how incredible our students are.
We're doing it because there's a whole lot of kids in this building that are thankful for a lot of things, that are doing a lot of really great things that need to be celebrated.
Congratulations to the winners of the canned food drive. Miss Beck's A&P, Miss Kreisel's A&P, Miss Kirchhoffer's A&P, and Miss Hannah's A&P. And congratulations to Mr. Owen's class for being the best contributors.
Congrats OHS on doing a great job on the canned food drive. Here now is a story about another way OHS is supporting a good cause.
It's getting hairy this month at OHS. We asked students what No Shave November is.
You shave at the start of the month and then let it all rage.
They can just grow their beards as fat as they want to, and nobody can really say anything to them because it's No Shave November.
To show off your manly facial hair.
What do you expect to look like at the end of the month?
A big old grizzly bear.
Burly, I could say. Really burly. Kind of like a lumberjack.
What do you like or not like about it?
I like beards, I guess. Yeah, I like beards.
I love not shaving. The no shave part of that is very itchy and very uncomfortable and kind of looks kind of Hoosier.
I do like to shave because I like to look fresh.
It feels like there's an animal growing and living on my face, but it's all for the cause. It's all for a good cause.
It's a pretty good thing to raise mental health awareness, especially cancer awareness.
National Honor Society is doing No Shave, No Cancer, where we're raising money to help fight men's prostate cancer. Sean Stump was the student who brought it to me with the idea, and a lot of the teachers were really excited about doing it and help raise money for cancer. The flyer's going to have different beard styles, and whatever gets the most votes, each teacher is going to shave into that Tuesday night, and we'll come to school Wednesday and get a group picture of all the teachers shaving with their styles, and we'll count the money and see how much we raised.
With Molly Kohler, I'm Janaya Rogers for Channel 97 News.
November is National Novel Writing Month at OHS. Here's a story about our most famous student novelist.
I started writing when I was 4 years old, and when I was in 8th grade, my first book, Ava, came out. And it's a 5-book series. It's about a 13-year-old girl named Ava who finds out that she's a witch and she goes to a school in Neptune. Each book kind of follows the story of Ava as she gets a year older. So the second one is called Wittendorm, the third one is called Victoria, and then the fourth one is Hero, and Hero just came out in October. And the fifth one doesn't have a title yet, and it'll be out within the next 6 months, hopefully. I can never really remember the decision that I made when I was 4, to just pick up a book and start writing. Like, I used to take pieces of paper and staple them together, and then I'd scribble in them and I'd call them my books. My grandpa is one of my main inspirations because he also writes, and so when we talk about writing together, he gets it. He understands what it's like to make a character, and he understands how it is to sell your books and to sign them and different stuff like that. I think people should read my series because it's relatable. It's about a teen and it's written by a teen. So if it's written by a teen, it's going to sound like that, and so I think people will connect to the books, and it makes it an easy read. So I go and speak to schools, and when I speak to schools, I go in and present. And I talk about writing, and I talk about setting goals, and I talk about how to be motivated and stuff like that. And then usually they'll make me a card, or some people will send me letters or emails, and that's the best part. I had a book show in Kimmswick. This girl shows up, and she and her mom and her sister were there, and she just looked starstruck. It was so cool. And she goes, "We came all the way here to see you." Well, some people come all the way here would mean 20 minutes away, but her mom goes, "We're from Lee Summit," and Lee Summit is right in Kansas City. So these girls drove 4.5 hours to meet me. We only talked for half an hour. Then they drove 4.5 hours back and went to school the next day. And this is all on a Sunday. It was crazy. And just to get the new book. You have to keep writing and keep going for it. So basically I just tell people to always keep a notebook around for your ideas and to just keep doing it. So the books are available at several different local bookstores. They're available at the Mailbox store, which is by Rich's Frozen Custard. And they're also available online and on Amazon, and they're also on Kindle and Nook. I will be at the craft show on December 6th, and it's the Oakville Band Parent Association Craft Fair, and I will be in the Commons, and I'll be selling my books both days.
Our basketball teams are preparing for the upcoming season. But is Jim A ready for our basketball team? Here's the story.
Oakville Sports and Activities have experienced problems in recent years with the floor in Gym A.
5-6 years ago, there started to be a buckle, and a buckle is where the wood kind of comes up and it raises. You can feel when you drag your feet across.
You dribble a ball off it, the ball would go to either side, so that created a problem, obviously.
Activities Director Becky Zupon explains the problem with the Gym A floor.
There is a drain that runs from the roof of Gym A, and the cover rusted. Water, rainwater, and snow melt and whatever leak through, and gravity just pulled it to a particular point underneath the floor, and that caused it to buckle. We sanded down the area that we're talking about, and we tore out some boards, replaced some boards, so we're in good shape to play this winter season, this spring season.
I think that it's good that the bumps are out of it, so now we won't be tripping everywhere. But I think that it looks it's a little rough looking right now. We need to fix it up.
Looking forward, I think that now that it's fixed enough that we can get through the season, we can look forward to hopefully this off-season getting a new floor put into the gym.
According to Zupon, that's exactly what's going to happen.
This summer we'll be tearing Gym A floor out and be getting a new one. When we have to do this tear out, it's a 6 to 9 week process. But for all my athletes and people who use that floor, be patient. It's going to be a long summer.
Oakville looks forward to a new gym floor at the beginning of the 2015-2016 school year. With photographers Jackie Dreppert and Allison Frizella, I'm Monica Burnson for Channel 97 News.
The basketball coaching staff features 2 new faces this year, and both are very familiar with OHS.
There are 2 new freshman basketball coaches, Maggie Zahner, coaching the girls' freshman team, and Josh Noblet, coaching the boys' freshman.
A lot of fun. We just got started, haven't had a game yet, but we're working hard, putting in plays, and I think we're going to be pretty good this year.
She'll help us, and she'll teach us, what we need to do instead of, just yelling at us. And she'll, play with us and just teach us, all the things that we need to know.
Freshmen, just trying to teach them the game. Really, essentially right now is we're really working on a lot of fundamental stuff, working on having fun, but also trying to bring about just a I guess, just a spirit and an attitude of how to be a winner and how to win, and trying to teach them that freshman year to where that can translate into the JV and hopefully the varsity.
He's a really good coach, and he's kind of instilled confidence in us. He tells us that he believes in us because we got our first game CBC, a good program, and he thinks we can beat them.
The two have more in common than just being freshman basketball coaches. Each of them had standout careers here at Oakville High School.
I was a senior. We won districts for the first time in I think a while. I don't actually know how long. It was really called the Cinderella story. Beat a team that should have beat us, and it was just dream come true at that point for me. So that was really exciting.
Her team won district championship when she was a senior. She was our point guard. Again, she was a leader on the floor. She was kind of like an extension of the coach. Being able to tell kids where they're supposed to be. And
to be honest with you, talent-wise, we were good, but we weren't as good as a lot of teams that we beat, and a lot of teams that we beat to get on those banners. So really, I'm trying to, again, incite this attitude and this mindset of how to be a winner, how to work hard, how to battle day in and day out.
Josh knows how to compete. And, you know, being what Josh was, a sophomore, junior, and a senior in those years when we were very, very good here at Oakville, he understands how much time and effort you got to put in, and he can relay that to the boys and get them to play at a higher level.
Because I think Oakville basketball program has been very good for years, and you aren't going to play on it unless you're a winner, so that needs to start at the freshman level.
With Bailey Volstecki and J.C. Schanzel, I'm Zach Ramelius for Channel 97 News.
Lindenwood University has one of the top hockey programs in the St. Louis area, and their lineup this year has an OHS flavor to it. Here's the story.
It's very common to make friendships with teammates through sports, but not many of these friendships get taken past high school. However, a group of former students have made an exception. Brendan Kuhn, Zach Mitchell, and Brendan Nickteen were fortunate enough to take their friendship to the next level when they got the chance to play together again on Lindenwood University's ice hockey team.
All right, it's great playing together again. We got a great bond. We got Kuhn on the right wing because his eyes messed up. We got Nickteen on the left wing, hard worker, just pass, shoot, score out there. It's just great to be playing college hockey, still on the ice, especially with the guys from Oakville. It's great chemistry, good time.
It's nice being back with the boys again. Knowing the chemistry that we have together from Oakville is always good out on the ice.
Not only are these boys playing together again, but they are also being coached by a familiar face, Oakville Hockey's JV coach, Tyler Solberger.
Yeah, it's just a great honor to have all three of the boys get another chance to continue to play hockey and go to college and get that education. All three are successful in the classroom and also on the ice, and it's a really great joy to see the kids continue hockey after their high school career.
With Ella Dolick and Katie Freshman, I'm David Chopin with Channel 97 News.
Pass, shoot, score.
So Bailey, do you like puzzles?
Yeah, I love puzzles.
Well, here's a story about two Oakville girls who really like puzzles. Mara Montagliati and Vito Camerata have the story.
The library is a pretty cool place. You can read or rent a book, or even write an essay. Two girls have found a puzzling activity in the library.
Well, when I first started, there were these seniors here that I guess they used to do the puzzle before they graduated. And I remember the very first puzzle, it was like kind of a rainforest one. It's in there. That's usually where all the puzzles are, back there. And I just kind of sat here with them because I love puzzles, and I was just like, oh my goodness. Then once I joined Japanese Culture Club, I started making some friends in there, and I told them what I did during lunch, and then some of them just started like coming up here, and then someone invited Lavetta up here, and she started coming up here, and she's one of the people that's kept with it.
When lunch starts, we come up here, and then by the time lunch ends, we're like, one more piece. We don't want to go. Like, we're almost late to class sometimes.
I love the puzzle girls. They come in every day at lunch. They're very organized about how they go about working a puzzle. All of them work together very well. And then I find it a joy to like look at their progress, see how they're expert puzzle people.
With Vito Camerata, I'm Mara Montagliati for Channel 97 News.
Well, that wraps up this edition of Channel 97 News. Please join us for our holiday special on December 11th. Thanks for watching. I'm Bailey Volstecki.
And I'm Jackie Dreppard. Have a great celebration day, and remember, Oakville, keep your eyes on the Tigers.